And welcome to GBR. You find us today racing with the guys from the MRC in season 20 of the GTTCC. This is the elite division, round 3 race 2, and as you can see we are at Le Mans for the second race. It is into the night for this one, starting in twilight conditions. Obviously this is a reverse grid from the results from race 1. So on pole we have Raffo starting in the Aston Martin. In second we have Pilgrim in the Jag. In third place we have Midnight in the Mazda 3. In fourth place we have Mark, so cracking recovery race 1. He is driving the Scirocco. If anyone knows Mark, that's not a shock. Scirocco is his go-to car. In fifth place we have Bazza in the Aston. In sixth place we have Brucey, also in the Aston. So Team Sparkle going for Aston for their second car. In seventh place we have Judge. He's in the Scirocco. In eighth place we have Golden Brownie in the Mustang. And in ninth place, and the race winner from Tsukuba, we have Phil, and he is in the Ferrari. So that is your drivers for this second race. Get them underway. Go to the front, and 5 lights, and away we go for race 2. Down towards the Dunlop chicane for the first time. They all fan out as they're coming through towards turn 1. And now to the chicane. Pilgrim round the outside, picked up a half-second penalty. Not sure what for. Braffo's into first place. Midnight into third. Look like Brucey there getting a tank step. It's hard to tell between the two Sparkle teammates. Got Midnight going around, trying to go around the outside of Pilgrim there. Through the S's they come. Golden Brownie up to 4th place already, so a cracking start from Golden Brownie there. Up to 4th, and now we go through Tetra Rouge onto the main Mulsanne straight. Golden Brownie into 3rd place. Pilgrim ran out wide. Pilgrim now in the Jag. Probably see if he can get the slipstream and get past these two. In front of him we've got Bazza there in 5th, Mark in 6th, bit of a gap now between Mark and Bazza. Phil in 7th, going up the inside of Phil. Brucey back in 8th, and Judge in 9th at the moment. Raffo absolutely walking away with it at the moment, but Pilgrim has got up the inside, but Bazza comes in hot, gets it stopped, parks it in front of Midnight and Pilgrim, and just drives away. So absolute brilliant overtake there from Bazza as they come down. Let's jump on chase cam. He's going to make it around the outside of Golden Brownie and then nearly make it 3 wide, I think, as they come into the braking zone. Get very late onto the brakes as he just gets it stopped on track, parks it in front of Pilgrim, and away Bazza goes. So it's a cracker move there from Bazza to get into 2nd place, but he's got a decent gap now in front of him to Raffo. Looked like he would have picked up a half-second penalty. That's the only downside with this track. They're going 3 wide now as they're coming down towards the 2nd chicane, and Golden Brownie making it kind of a double 3 wide there with Midnight and Golden either side of Bazza. Golden looks like he's pulled out of the battle there for 2nd place pretty much, but Midnight gets up to 2nd place. Bazza drops down to 4th place. Pilgrim gets past as well. It's all touch and go. They're all pulled into a slipstream train. Golden Brownie's been left out to dry at the moment. Mark pulls out to the right hand side of Golden Brownie as they're coming round towards the Mulsanne corner. They're 3 wide again. Hopefully this doesn't end up too badly. Bit of love taps there between Phil, not Phil, look like Pilgrim and Bazza. Let's jump on board with Pilgrim. So he's out in front of Bazza. They're all queuing up behind him to have a go. Bazza pulls to the right hand side. Phil pulls to the right hand side of Bazza. Pilgrim's turning in, touching back. Bit of a pinball effect there between Pilgrim, Bazza and Phil. And Phil's the only one to walk away there without being taken out. So unlucky for Pilgrim and Bazza. Now they're being dropped out of the slipstream at the back of the pack. But Raffo looks like he's had that lead cut down a little bit from Midnight there in second place. As behind Phil, Mark and Golden going at it once again down towards Indianapolis and Arnage. They make it through there safely. Got Brucey just behind them and Judge as well, so as long as you keep in the slipstream you are all good. But Mark just cutting off the nose of Golden Brownie there. This is where the penalty gate is, so anyone with a penalty will be dropping off a little bit now from the back of these guys. But Mark making his way round the outside there of Phil up towards the Porsche curves they go. They're still side by side. Mark's going to have the advantage being on the inside, being a very long right-hander. Slight little love tap there, but Golden Brownie gets in on the action. Golden Brownie gets past Phil through the Porsche curves round the outside. Incredible move there from Golden Brownie. Brucey's sat there behind in 6th place, just watching, and just slowly closing up to the back of these guys. And Judge there in 7th place as well. The Shimacro's strong in a straight line, but when you've got no slipstream it's going to be hard. So, but at the end of who's that absolutely flying through? Who was that? I remember from the night it was Mark. He had a disconnect and just went absolutely flying past everyone and ended up leaving the race, not for his fault, just the servers not playing ball. But we got a battle now for the lead now. Midnight and Raffo. Midnight gets up into 1st place, so just the drive of that Mazda getting ahead of Raffo. Raffo just gone a little bit deep there going through the Dunlop chicane, and now starting to pull away from Raffo. Raffo's going very slowly. Raffo's got no inputs on his car as he had a wheel disconnect, and Raffo's gone now. So that's 2 gone within 30 seconds of each other, so that's going to leave Midnight well out in the lead now. And all he's got to do is just try and stay ahead of the guys behind, which are all going to be in the slipstream, going to be trying to pedal up to the back of that Mazda. So I'll go speak to Raffo and see what happened with that incident. Golden Brownie in 2nd place, Phil in 3rd, Brucey in 4th, Judge in 5th, Pilgrim in 6th place, and Bazza in 7th. Hopefully Bazza and Pilgrim can catch up to the back of them guys ahead and try and make it a bit more of a fight, but the fight is for 2nd place. Golden Brownie's got a 1 second penalty, so he's going to drop behind Phil, maybe Brucey when this gets served. And you can see Pilgrim and Bazza just going to go through the first chicane down the Mulsanne. I do believe it's called the Dunlop Daytona chicane, that one. Is Phil going to make a move up the inside of Golden Brownie in towards the 2nd chicane? It looks like he has pulled up the inside. Oh, getting it all tail happy is Golden Brownie. Phil just being unlucky, being on the outside there. And Golden Brownie recovers it, but that's going to allow Brucey now to get right up behind Phil as they come down towards Mulsanne corner. They've just gone through the kink. Golden Brownies giving slipstream to Brucey, it looks like, trying to make it an even two-way fight in towards Mulsanne corner. Does Brucey get it? I don't know. Let's see. On the exit, Brucey has got in front of Phil, gets a little bit tail happy coming out. He has done it. He has got ahead of Phil, so Brucey up to third place now. Midnight there is still just checking out with these guys fighting a little bit. It's going to just allow Midnight to pull away, but Phil's coming back now down towards Indianapolis and Arnage. Phil's been able to use the power of that Ferrari and potentially a bit of a slipstream that he had from Brucey just to power past and into Indy. There you go for the second time. Phil been able to keep ahead of Brucey there. Phil looking for a move on Golden Brownie. Probably advised to stay behind, seeing that Golden's got a penalty literally to serve right now. He's going to drop behind these two. Yeah, so Phil and Brucey up to second and third now. Will Judge get past Golden Brownie? Yes, he will. So Golden Brownie's lost 3 spaces there in a matter of seconds just through the penalty system. Pilgrim not too far behind now, and Bazza is about the same distance behind Pilgrim in 7th place. But Midnight out on his own at the moment. Midnight racing in the midnight sky, leading by a good 6 or 7 seconds at the moment, so really checking out. But the battle for second place is still going between Phil and Brucey. Phil been able to defend off Brucey as they come into the Ford chicane, and now on to the start finish straight. Brucey gets a good drive there, coming out across the line they go. They were 4 seconds slower that lap to Midnight, so that is just the battling that they've had. Brucey just having to drop off behind from Phil as they come up to the Dunlop chicane. Golden Brownie's got ahead of Judge there for that 4th place, so he's now got to try and power on and catch up to this battle for 2nd and 3rd. It seems to be really the only battle on track. Golden Brownie's been able to just gap Judge a tiny bit there for the beginning part of this lap. Purple for Golden Brownie. On to the Mulsanne straight they go. Judge in the Scirocco, at half the size of that Mustang in front of him, but he's got a lot of power in that little Scirocco. He should be able to try and catch up to the back of Golden now. Now in the first part of the Mulsanne straight, Pilgrim there in 6th. What was his? 4:23. So 1 second caught between Judge and Pilgrim on the last lap. Golden Brownie obviously had that penalty, that's why he was a bit of a love tap between Phil and Brucey there through the first part of this first chicane. It's going to allow Phil just to open up a little bit of a gap now. You can see Midnight's headlights well in the distance there. Let's allow Golden Brownie just to close that gap now up to the back of Brucey, with them fighting through that first chicane. So if Golden Brownie can get a good 2nd chicane, he should be right up to the back end of Brucey then, competing for that 2nd spot again. Down towards the 2nd chicane. There you go, these 4 all still fairly close to one another. We've had what, 11 minutes of racing already. It shows the difference between race 1 and race 2 for the 3rd round. 1 minute per lap at Tsukuba, and then 4 minutes 20 for a lap of Le Mans. But Brucey going around the outside. He tried on the inside the last time round, it worked, but then Phil slipstream past him down towards Indiana. So will Brucey be able to make this move work around the outside of Phil? He's still there on the exit. Phil's giving him, pushing him to the curb, but Brucey's made that one work, and he's got ahead of Phil now as they exit Mulsanne corner. towards Indianapolis. And it's allowed Golden Brownie just to stay in that slipstream, but Phil looks like he's going to try come back around the outside of Brucey, using that Ferrari power and the slipstream again. So it looks like no matter what Brucey does at the Mulsanne corner, Phil just powers on back past, but Brucey's gone back up the inside through Indy. Got it, bit tail happy. Has he been able to keep it ahead of Phil? I don't think he has. Phil's just been able to get the power down smoothly, but round the outside they go. Oh no, it's Golden Brownie now right on the tail of these two. So back to a three-way battle for second place. And Brucey's now going to be looking on the outside of Phil as they come towards Porsche curves. Don't think that's the place to be. It didn't work out for Phil on lap 1, but Brucey's going to stick there, try and make it work. Already just stick in behind Phil. No, he's still just there. He has been able to just slip in behind Phil through the second part of the Porsche curves, and then through Carton we go. Quick left-hander in the dark is even worse to do. So you can't see the exit, but it's now going to be Midnight coming across the line. Set the lap time of a 4:18. Looks like Phil's going to be coming across the line in second place. Currently just under halfway of the race gone. Brucey in third, Golden Brownie in fourth, Judge in fifth. Pilgrim there in sixth place with a half-second penalty. He's just dropped off the back of them guys. Yeah, he's just that second he gained the lap before, he's just lost it. On this lap he's just done, and buzzer there. He's in auto drive. Don't know if he's had a car malfunction, and just wants to finish the race. Back to the battle for second. Yes, right, Midnight is out in front, but when you're out on your own by a decent gap of about 12 to 13 seconds, not much point doing much coverage on you. And you've got battles like this, 4-second spot on the podium between pretty much 4 guys. Judge is just at the back of them guys, trying to keep in the slipstream of Golden Brownie ahead of him as they come down towards first chicane again of the Mulsanne. Golden Brownie really closing up to the back of Brucey there. Judge gone a little bit deep, it looked like. He's going to lose the slipstream to the guys in front now. Hopefully he didn't pick up a penalty for going off track. Doesn't look like he has, but that's definitely dropped him out of the slipstream range of Golden Brownie. You did see Phil there weaving down the second part of the straight just to try and break the slip to the guys behind. But Brucey in the middle of these two at the moment. They've come down from pretty much a lap ago, but Phil, oh, what's happened with Phil? Where's Phil gone? What happened with Phil? Did he get on the power too much? Or did he hit a curb? Oh, looks like he's got on the power too much. He saved it, he kept it facing the right way. So he didn't lose too much time there, but he could be out of the slipstream of Golden Brownie ahead. So that three-way battle is now down to 2. Just over halfway of the race gone. So will Golden Brownie try and work with Brucey just to try and open up that gap to Phil in 4th now. It's now giving Judge a little bit of slipstream to try and then catch up to the back of them as well. Pilgrim's not too far behind after a couple of mistakes from these two this lap. Golden Brownie, is he looking? No, he's not. He is just sitting behind Brucey. He pulls to the left hand side now as they come down the run to Indy. Golden Brownie just letting off the throttle there, just letting Brucey get him back in front of him. Clearly just not far enough alongside to make the move. Brucey get a nice drive there through Indy up towards R9 as they go. Onto the, I don't actually know what straight this is called. I don't even know if it's got a name. But onto the straight towards Pearl Curves they go. You see there. Let's see how far they are behind Midnight in first place. Once they've crossed the line. It's been such a long lap. Obviously the timing is from the previous lap. So Brucey there. Keep it nice and tidy ahead of Golden Brownie there as they come through Porsche Curves. Still there in fourth, bringing Judge along with him, who is in fifth place. Pilgrim, who had that 1 second penalty, has now dropped off the back of Judge. There's 2.5 seconds down his lap time this lap round. That is just from the penalty itself. Buzzer there in 7th place. He's got his car going again. He's off and running. Hopefully nice quick fix. Midnight setting some pretty quick lap times there. A 4:18.5 and a 4:18.7, 2/10 difference over a lap that's over 4 minutes is pretty good, I would say. Brucey's picked up a 1 second penalty. How far are they behind? They're about 15 seconds behind. Pilgrim's come into the pit. Not really sure what for. Unless he wants to try and put on a fresh set of softs and try and go for that fastest lap. But yeah, Brucey's got that 1 second penalty. I think that was through the Ford chicane at the end of the lap, so that's going to allow Golden Brownie to go into second place once he serves it, as long as these two keep close together. Obviously we've still got a long way to go before we get to that point of the track. Nice exits through Tetra Rouge there. On to the Mulsanne they go for the 5th time. Phil hasn't been able to close that gap to the back of Golden Brownie, but yeah, as I say, he is bringing Judge along for the ride. Judge is keeping in that slipstream. As long as Judge doesn't make any little late braking like he did a lap ago, he should be able to close up to the back of Golden Brownie with the help of Phil. It could be, still got what, for 11 minutes of the race to go, so 3 laps. I think we might get to lap 7 in this one. Golden Brownie and Brucey, 2 on track that are pretty much nose to tail. Is Golden Brownie going for the move down towards, no he's not, he's going to let off the throttle. So they are just working together, Golden Brownie and Brucey. Obviously have been teammates in other series before, so they know each other race. Brucey getting it all tail happy at the second chicane. Down towards the Mulsanne corner. There you go. Midnight's picked up a ½ second penalty, but I think he's got time to spare. So he's got about a 15-second lead over Brucey and Golden Brownie. They're still nose to tail. And Phil, it looks like he is potentially closing in. It's hard to tell on the last lap because he had that off. But it looks like he is just pulling away a little bit there from Judge in 5th place. Pilgrim's out of the pit now. He's got a 1 second penalty. And Buzzer isn't too far behind after his car problems he had on lap 3. Lap 3 and 4 with the lap times that were put in. But Buzzer has now got a carrot in front of him. See how far that carrot is. Not too far away, about 150-200 metres up the road. So a couple of seconds for these cars. But Brucey now is going to come into the penalty gate. He's going to serve that 1 second penalty. Golden Brownie should be able to just drive down the outside of him. It looks like Brucey got enough of an advantage as they came down towards Indian Arnage to potentially stay in the slipstream of Golden Brownie, but that has allowed Phil to close that gap now. And if he has a good last part of this track, he could be in the slipstream range for the Mulsanne again. Judge going a little bit deep there through the first part of the Porsche curves. This looks like he's just going to have dropped his way. He's picked up a half-second penalty for his troubles as well. So it's the only downside about this track. Penalties are on for, you know, corners like the one he's just going through now, where if you run it out wide, you carry so much more speed, but you would pick up a penalty. But on other corners, it really does hinder you. So Midnight crossed the line in first place, Golden Brownie in second, 4:20, and Midnight done a 4:22. So they have closed 2 seconds that lap round, but I think it's a little bit too late for them to catch up to the back end of Midnight with the fighting that they have had. Brucey in third. Phil, yeah, definitely in touching distance now of Brucey up ahead. And Judge there is not too far behind, but that half-second penalty will cost him some time. Bazza has got himself up to 6th place. So Pilgrim must have had he's had that 1 second penalty served. He's just gone out wide there. Will he picked up another penalty for going out wide through karting? Yes, he has. He's picked up a half-second. So has Bazza. So they must have both gone out wide through karting. Golden Brownie's picked up a half-second penalty now, so he's going to potentially drop back behind Brucey once he serves that. So bit of tit for tat for penalties at the moment. You can see Midnight just up ahead. Now, I say just up ahead, it's about 14 seconds up the road. But, so all Midnight's got to do is the same as what Phil done in the last race, of just keeping it on the track, not getting the penalties, and he would have won this one quite comfortably. Golden Brownie in second, just ahead of Brucey there, with Phil not far behind. That's the view from Phil's cockpit as we drive down towards the second chicane. I think he is just on the cusp of Brucey's slipstream. It might be a bit too far away for about 1.5 seconds, where slipstream kicks in at about 1.2. Brucey has been able to close that gap up to the back end of Golden Brownie. So yeah, if he can keep it here, he'll pull away from Golden Brownie when that penalty is served. And you can see behind there you've got Phil and just Judge's headlights as they come into view. Brucey's going for the move on Golden Brownie before the Mulsanne corner. So he's not going to wait for Golden to serve that penalty. He gets past nice and easily there for Brucey. So the power of that Aston, a lot more than the Mustang in a straight line, it seems. Golden had no reply there as Brucey came on by. So will Golden try and make the move back past Brucey as they come down towards Indianapolis? With just over 5 minutes to go, so yeah, they will get on to lap 7, as long as Bazza and Pilgrim get on to lap 7 before the timer runs out. I think they will, but Golden Brownie wasn't able to make any inroads to Brucey down the straight between Mulsanne corner and Indianapolis, so he's going to serve this penalty, and Phil's going to then be right on the rear end, or even potentially past Golden Brownie once this penalty is served. So we'll stay here and see where Golden Brownie ends up in relation to Phil. Let's jump on board with Phil and see if he will get Golden Brownie before the Porsche curves. I don't think he will. Golden Brownie had enough of an advantage over Phil, but we think Phil had that incident on, I think it was lap 3 or 4, I think lap 4, and he's now right into the fight for the third step of the podium as they come through the Porsche curves. The best part of the track for me. Or not the best, but I feel it's the best part. I may not be the best at it, but I feel it's the best part on the track. That is for sure. But yeah, so Phil definitely now going to be in the slipstream of Golden Brownie, but I don't know if Golden's now going to be a bit too far behind Brucey for that slipstream. Down that Mulsanne, he's got a couple of corners, about 10 corners or so before they get onto the Mulsanne straight from Tetra Rouge. They've come across the line to start the last lap, I do believe. We've got less than 4 minutes to go. Gordon Brownie there in third, Phil fourth, Judge there. He has slipped off the back of these guys now. Now he's out of the slipstream range. He is just struggling. Bazza and Pilgrim having a good old ding-dong battle here for 6th and 7th. They've got 3 minutes to do about 30 seconds of the lap, so yeah, they'll get on to lap 7 as well. So this will all be their last lap for these guys. Midnight there in first, just cruising down in the French countryside on his own in his little Mazda. Brucey there in third. Phil has pulled alongside Golden Brownie and has slipped into third place now. So Phil now going to be hammer and tong to try and catch up to Brucey. Golden Brownie flashing his headlights, trying to put Phil off as they're coming into the braking zone. Golden Brownie's gone a little bit hot there, it seems. Distracted himself with the flashing, right, let alone distracting Phil, but it looks like they've caught up to Brucey a little bit through there. So Phil is definitely in slipstream of Brucey now. Coming down towards the second chicane for the last time. I don't think you can see Midnight up ahead. He's that far gone. He's absolutely checked out as they come down towards the second chicane. Phil and Golden Brownie have a decent corner. Golden Brownie looks like he's gone a bit hot again. Phil had a decent run there. Looks like he's caught up a little bit to the back end of Brucey. So will Brucey be feeling the pressure of Phil for the last remaining 2 minutes of this race? As they come down towards Mulsanne corner now. Actually, really, all you've got to do is just hit your apexes, hit your braking points. Gets it tail happy again as they come out. Does Brucey. Absolutely loves lighting up the rear tyres of that car. I know that's how he likes his cars to handle. He's been for many seasons now in different leagues. And Phil there, he's in the middle now. I'd say about 3/4 of a second between Brucey and Phil, and the same again to Golden Brownie behind in fourth. Whereas Judge is probably a good 10 seconds or so going by the timing behind these two now. Bazza there and Pilgrim. Bazza's picked up a half-second penalty. Not what you want to be doing on the last lap when you're this close to someone else behind you. I'll jump to the battle for second place. I will go to Bazza and Pilgrim if I see any changes on the left-hand side standings. So no, Bazza will probably drop behind Pilgrim once he serves his penalty coming out of Arnage. But into the Porsche curves we go. Brucey just ahead of Phil. So Brucey's, as I say, all he's got to do is hit them apexes and the braking points. There's not many braking points left now of this track. Brucey there nicely through the first part of the Porsche curves. Up towards car in we go. I will jump towards Midnight, who's coming across the 4 chicanes for the final time to win the second race at Le Mans. Well done Midnight there for that one, and Brucey and Phil come into the final chicanes for the last time. Brucey gets it a bit deep. Phil, where's Phil gone? Phil's gone spinning. What happened to Phil there? He really caught up to the back end of Brucey. Yeah, Brucey just missed his braking point. Not much that Brucey could have done there. He was just getting back on track. But that has allowed Brucey to finish in second with a half-second penalty. Golden Brownie will finish in third place. Snatched it from an unlucky Phil there. A few little incidents for Phil on a couple of them laps. Judge will come across to finish in 5th place now. Over a little handbrake turn to celebrate Pilgrim. As I said, he had to go up ahead of Bazza as Bazza had that half-second penalty. They both smash into the wall on the exit of the Porsche curves. Will Pilgrim be able to hold off Bazza as they come through karting? Looks like Pilgrim got a little bit of a slower drive there, but Bazza's got nowhere to go. Or Bazza's going to slip it up the inside in towards Ford chicane. These two side by side as they're coming in. So Bazza has just been able to get ahead of Pilgrim, but I think Pilgrim missed his braking point there, but Bazza will become in 6th place and Pilgrim in 7th. That is it for race 2. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoy this content, hit that like button, maybe hit subscribe as well for more racing commentary. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.